That's like my little makeshift sound to say I started the stream.
Thwomp, thwomp.
Thwomp, thwomp. You know, the
Oh.
same sound that you go to down a pipe.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Whoop, 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 whoop. All right, guys, welcome to D&D. So I think we're just, instead of going through and giving everybody a recap of what just happened, we're just going to get right into her. So everybody say hi to Victor. He will be taking on the role of Nikolai Dreamsbane today. So Victor, you are sitting on the catwalk on the underside of the Zeppelin. Give us kind of like a good description of what your character looks like.
Um, Very feline. Like as much as my race is not Khajiit, not Khajiit. What is the Tabaxi? I was originally a Tabaxi, so I'm basically a cat person. Uh, Black cat, but definitely has some sort of weird, kind of haggard look about it. Like something's a little weird about this guy. He's not just like your normal Tabaxi cat man. Um, Yeah, very, very lightly equipped, just basically not wearing anything armored, not a very big backpack, no weapons, no anything, just pretty casual, but looks a little off.
Nice. I'm just giving everybody a view of your character sheet so they know what they're getting into. All right. So as you're pondering your past, you come across the gates that seem to be blocking off the area. In the distance towards the far end of the catwalk, down at the other end, you can see that there's a group of people on one of the catwalks over where C is right in the middle. And you can kind of see them start to venture off and go back into the locations that they came from. You can kind of see the crowd is dispersing.
Is this just like a crowd of normal people, or is
Yeah,
this
they
like
are. They look to be civilians.
okay?
All
Uh,
right. So you know that somewhere here is a wealth of knowledge that you might be able to refer to see if you can find out anything about your background or your race entirely. And you start to ponder whether or not it's even possible to be able to cure this.
gotcha.
All right. So just up ahead of you on the right hand side, you can see a door. I pretty much indented where the doors are.
Oh, okay, so that's what those are.
Yeah. So yeah.
Um, well, I guess if I'm looking for knowledge, following the people through the room might be the best idea.
Right
Um,
on. So there's several of them. There seem to
turn
be
the
about 20 civilians spreading off into different locations going into
okay,
all buildings.
going into all these doors.
All these doors and across the walkway this way as well.
Sorry,
Well,
cross which way?
this way. Burp.
Okay. Oh, so that's more catwalk down that way.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll venture down that way.
Okay, so put your token where you want it to be.
Well, let's put it right. Put it over
Okay.
there.
So as you pass by, you also notice that there are windows in the sides of these buildings, and as you pass by, you can see this.
Okay, so is this like a church?
You don't know what it is, but upon looking in, you can actually see that there's a lot of mortar and pestles and a lot of scrolls on all the tables, and it looks to be a laboratory.
Hmm.
Okay, and
Oh,
then we turn the mask off. Bam.
okay. So are these this other room with like the J in it is part of the laboratory, or is that a different room that I
Oh,
saw
sorry,
past?
you're not supposed to actually see that. Really? There you go. The
All
one with
right, well, that
the
room.
yeah, the one with sorry, the one with the J in it. When you look in, you can see a bunch of tables that are facing towards a wall. You can kind of see a bunch of like scientists scribbling with like interns walking back and forth between tables.
Hmm. Oh, what's this guy in the hallway doing?
Oh, the guy on the catwalk?
Yeah.
He's just a guard and he's just standing there vigilant.
Mm, very good. Yeah, well, I guess I'll follow the crowd of normal people a little bit more, see what's down the
Okay.
rest of the
So once you
catwalk.
get to about this location, you also notice that the crowd has like there seems to be a long line of people that are going in this direction, and the line is currently stopped. You
Oh,
can see that there's a guard up ahead that is like looking for paperwork for people to pass by.
hmm. Do I have paperwork?
I don't believe you do.
Hmm. All right then.
I'll give you a little bit. There's no tokens, but this is about as far as you can see.
Okay. Hmm. How tall is this room?
So, the grates themselves are extended in between, and I don't know if I kind of didn't show you this part, but I can show you this now as you step onto the catwalk as well. Give me 1 second. You actually see that below the catwalk, womp, is open ground that is sailing by you at very slow speed. So you can actually
Oh,
see down below everything that is actually desert below you that's passing by.
gotcha. How high up are we?
You are, I think I said about 200 feet, I think.
Okay. So not like huge, but still pretty high up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm. Um, well, if I don't have papers, I don't think I actually want to go this way. And I don't really want to pass that guard. Um, actually, okay, so this catwalk to like the southeast or southwest of me. That's the one where all the lines are and that person at the end, is he the one taking papers?
So, yeah, kind of. So you can see, like, this entire walkway from where he is to you is just full of people.
Hmm. Okay, and is there a door there or does the catwalk keep going?
Dong.
I assume
There's
this
a
edge of
door, and
yeah,
there's a
so this
door.
edge there is like a wall, correct?
Yeah. So this is basically all you can see from where you are.
Okay. Hmm.
Bam.
Um, how common would you say vampirism is? Like, if I just go and ask people, like, am I going to get an overall negative reaction?
I will give you a knowledge history check, s'il vous plaît.
Okay. History. That's not going to be great. Ah, that's not bad.
You notice that you basically remember back in your glory days, even from when you before you contracted vampirism, it's widely respected. In fact, some of like the leading renowned alchemists are actually Dompier.
Okay. So it's not something that I have to be like overly cautious about talking about.
Not at all.
Oh, well, if that's the case, I'll probably go to the lab actually then. If I know that a lot of these people tend to be alchemists and stuff and see if anybody's
Okay, just put your token where you want to go.
okay, let's move me over to the lab. I think you said this one was the lab. So
Yeah. So once you get to the door itself, you
yeah.
notice that it is locked.
Okay, so here let's put me on this side.
Yeah. So when you venture over and you try to push the door open, you can actually see that it only opens from the inside. It's one of the like store clerk kind of doors that you'd see all around town.
Mm. I knock.
You look in and you can kind of see like a bunch of people at desks looking up, giving you the stink eye.
Hmm. Um, can I try this other door?
Okay.
Is
As
the
you
other door
go,
gonna?
so as you walk over to the other door, you can see this one's very much different than the one before it. This one seems to be almost like a loading door where supplies would come in and out, but it
Oh, okay.
doesn't seem to have a doorknob on the outside of it, and it seems to be sealed shut.
Hmm. Okay. Um, so the one guard that was just standing there vigilant on the same catwalk that I'm on now,
Mm-hmm.
he's not like taking papers or anything for people, right? Like I can probably just like
No,
walk
he's
right
just chilling.
by. Okay.
He's like so chill. He's gelling. Like he looks like he's got red rings under his eyes. He's leaning back, one hand in his pocket, and the other one flicking a cigarette.
Nice. Very Alanis Morissette of him. Um, how long have I been on this airship?
So you joined at the same time. So the one thing you do remember about getting onto this airship is as you had your own paperwork to get on the ship from ship from the very beginning. So you actually passed through the clock gate through all of the guards and got special permission to be here.
Oh, okay. So I do have paperwork.
You have paperwork to get on the Zeppelin. You don't have a paperwork or
Oh,
identification to be able to go into restricted areas.
okay. Fair enough. But yeah, how long
You have
would you
been.
say?
So this is going to be the dawn of the fourth day.
Okay, so only a couple of days. Um,
So you know where to get food and drink from because you've been here out of your room longer than the other party has. So you do
gotcha.
know where the common areas are, although you haven't really done much exploring.
Okay, no, fair enough. Where is the closest common area?
It's all the way over to the far left in the bar.
Okay. Um, well, I can't get into the restricted area, and the people I want to talk to don't want to fucking talk to me. So I guess I'm going to the. I guess I'm going to the bar.
Very good. So as you don't super speed this, by the way, you're not fucking grease lightning. Once you get to about here, you also see that there's another doorway. Layers, enter mask mode. But this one you can't see into.
Okay. Is it locked?
It is.
Are there any signs or anything around it that might indicate what might be on the other side?
Yes, up in the top right hand corner, you can kind of see like a little enclave, little piece of wood that juts out, and then all you see is like a picture of a book, and it's blue. And then a little further down, as you approach the other set of catwalks on the left, you can actually see another one on the next building that has a picture of a blue book and an ale glass. And you kind of put tuned. I need you to make a knowledge check for me, and it's going to be history.
History again. Yeah, I don't know shit about blue books.
Very good. But you know, the only thing that you are aware of is that you have heard of this before, and this is the Tarl Library and Bar where initiates come to study.
The Tarl. Oh, that's one of the guild things.
Yeah, those are one of the dudes. So everybody that went psycho and tried killing people back in the city were part of the Tarl.
Hmm. Okay, and their symbol is a blue book.
Nope, just the blue book is to kind of insinuate that it's like a place of study.
Oh, okay. So then the blue book and the ale would be
Food and
what?
drink for people studying.
Oh, okay. Kind of clicky.
Yeah, like this is a place where people go to learn.
Hmm. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess I'll
Why does it show you this shit? I do not want you guys to see this stuff. Anyways, continue.
um Yeah, I guess I'll go into the bar and talk with the other ship inhabitants, I guess.
Okay. As you enter the room, you can kind of see that it is quite a little bustling area. You can see several tables along. When you walk in over to the left hand side, you can see a couple of patrons that are just sitting and calmly discussing things and eating different varying food products and having a good drink. There seems to be three patrons at the bar also getting beer, so you can kind of see them kind of like shaking hands and being quite apologetic to one of the specific individuals there for an unknown reason, but you see it. In front of you, there is a table of a hooded creature that is eating a bowl of grubs. In the center of the room, you can see this large bunny man, very monkish in his appearance, just combing over a bunch of documents on top of the table. And at the top left, you can kind of see a couple of humans that are looking at you kind of begrudgingly. And as you look down that way, you can see the person at the far end up here.
Yep.
He looks at you and he looks down to his paper and he seems to be writing stuff.
Mm. Um, Begrudgingly. Well, you know what? I'm gonna walk up to him first, or I guess walk up to that table and yeah, ask him why he's giving me the stink eye. What did I do to him? What's his problem?
Oh, the guy, put your token where you're going.
Yeah, I want to go up here. I want to go over to this table where the guys were glaring at me.
Very good. One moment, please. Okay. As you approach the table, I want you to make a perception check.
Perception.
All right.
23.
So as you're walking towards the table, you notice that there's a large amount of paperwork and scrolls, just like on every other table, but these ones seem to be a little different than the last. Um, Whenever you walk up to the gentleman to introduce yourself, you actually notice that you can see the page he's writing on. You see that he's writing down your description, and underneath it, you also see possible suspect.
Hmm. I don't like that.
And as you walk up to the table, you kind of nod, and you can kind of see the gentleman in the back goes, "What business do you have here, ruffian?"
What business do you have writing down my description?
Kind of see him get a little uncomfortable, and he's like, "It is my job. That is what I am here to do. I need you to roll a perception check, please."
Yeah, buddy. Whoa, I threw that one way too hard. Oh, and it didn't even land on the thing. Let's try again. Oh, that one's not very good.
All right. So upon, you know what the thing is, the DC for this was 9, so you got it. that's
Nailed it.
that's the funny part about it. So upon closer inspection, you can see on the table not only is there a bunch of different papers and scrolls, but there's also a map. The map itself shows the entire airship from tip to tip. And you can kind of see on certain parts of the schematic, you can actually see big red X's. You notice there's one in the engineering room, one in the ammunitions bay, and one in the steering room. Uh, One of the other gentlemen at the table kind of leans back and says, "We need to find out what's going on." And he's like kind of like begrudgingly talking to his cohort.
Yeah.
He kind of tips his hat to you and says, "Apologies. I am the one that takes in all the descriptions of everybody in the area. We're here to watch out for troublemakers. My name is Quinn."
Okay, engineering room. Sorry, steering room
And in ammunition bay.
and ammunition bay. His name is Quinn.
His name is Quinn.
He takes. Okay. I mean, I'm fine with him writing down descriptions and stuff, but I'm more so drawn to the potential suspect aspect, and I would like to know what it is he is semi-accusing me for.
You can kind of see Quinn kind of give you the squinty eye. He's noticing your luscious locks that are coming down around your mane and the fact that you don't look quite normal. And he kind of gives you a nod of satisfaction. He looks over and he's like, Gastoff, do you want to take this one? And you can kind of see the other man sit forward and be like, we are the Seer Guards. Our only duty is to protect the ways. This airship has been under attack for basically since its initial takeoff from Telmaria. We've been trying to find any kind of inclination on who could be the culprits in these attacks, but they're becoming more frequent. My apologies if we seem to have insulted you. He kind of looks over towards Quinn and says, what do you think? Quinn looks back. We're so spread thin, I think it might actually... Yes, it's going to come to this. My friend, we are looking for able bodies to be able to assist in the finding of this person. I would ask it of you to assist us, but I feel like your power alone might not be enough to aid us. Find some friends, come back to me, and perhaps I might have work for you. I know of a monk of the cloth. Possessions might not be of interest to you, but perhaps knowledge will be.
Well, at this point, as long as, helping you will clear my suspicion and give me access to information that I might be looking for, I see no reason not to accept. Where might I find other able-bodied adventurers on your vast airship?
Says, there's a couple of questionable ones in the bar right now, but I must admit, if you can actually acquire some additional help, seek Machiavelli, and he will give access to these locations for you. But I do have to admit, he looks over towards the center part of the room, and he notices he notices a giant bunny man sitting at one of the tables reading. Says, that one worries me.
Who exactly is this Machiavelli?
Machiavelli.
And where would I find him?
Okay, I need you to roll a knowledge history check.
What? I'm asking. I'm not trying to remember. 8.
So, whenever you ask this question, as you're taking a look over... Oh, that's deception.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Let's see. My history is also +2, so it would have been the same.
Nah, re-roll it. Fuck it.
All right.
There we go. All right, so
11. Slightly better.
So you're taking a look at the Solly logos that are on their chest, and you can kind of, when you're thinking back towards how things usually work, these guys do not normally arrest people without evidence. That is a very big thing about this society, is they'll never prosecute, or you're basically innocent until proven guilty the legitimate way. So you don't sense any hostilities from them. And whenever you ask this, Gastoff just kind of looks back towards all the members of the people in the room and just says, you'll find him to the southeast. And if you'll zoom out on the map, I'll show you the location he's at.
Okay. How far out am I? Okay.
And then Quinn says, you'll need to get past the guards, but just wait until this evac guard change and slip by. I don't trust too many with this kind of information, but you seem to be a reputable sort. Just come back and find us, and we'll give you the papers needed to pass by this evening. And he kind of gives you a nod.
All right. Quest accepted.
Yep. And so if you'll look at quests on the right-hand side, I will activate it for you.
Quests. Campaign. Quests.
Bam. There you go. Silent presence.
Silent presence. Okay. Oh, I have access to these other quests, so they
Yeah, so anything that's been completed is also completed for you. So we'll get you caught up on XP at the end of this.
okay. How do I know if they're completed?
I'll just tell you. Like we usually tally them at the end of the act.
Okay.
So
But
yeah.
like aftermath and a heated debate, are those done?
Let's go through that.
Or are those things that I can also
A heated debate is definitely done, and you can
okay.
add one Echo Lily to your inventory.
Right, that was something you told me I was gonna get. Inventory.
And Aftermath is also completed.
Okay, perfect. Don't have to worry about it. Echo Lily. Sounds like a Final Fantasy item. All right. Well, I guess at this point I will start looking for people to help me.
There you go. All right, so Kote, you still there?
Yep.
All right.
Nice. You want to help me?
You actually can kind of like you're just kind of reading through all of the information that was from the last session, and you kind of look up and over to your right, and you can notice that the people that to Brian's character Jaladri was worried about before seemed to be an intense conversation with a Khajiit. Sorry,
Tabaxi.
yeah, my bad. Over to the right hand side, you can see the gentleman at the table with the contract out of his pocket. And towards the bar, you can actually see that the bartender's kind of giving you winks. Like flirtatious winks.
Nice.
Uh,
You like the bunny from Zootopia?
no, I'm not Judy Hopps. That's a very inaccurate characterization. I'm trying to think of installing time so I can think of a quotation, but I can't think of any right now. You did. Anyway, uh, let's see. Does he have a reason to care? I mean, let's see. We just basically beat those solved those Echo Lily arguments. Why do I have the Echo Lily? I remember that I got it, but who gave that to us?
It was a gift from the guy who won the argument.
Oh yeah, that's right. And they all fucked off, right?
Yeah, it's the three dudes at the bar, the ones from the table that you were at.
Right. All right. Didn't I try to like pickpocket that contract already?
Nope, something else came up ahead of it.
Oh, okay. Um, from what I hear, do I make any connection with my own shit or have any reason to distinguish this from any other casual banter?
Sorry? Say that again?
Do I have any reason to care about this conversation? Like, what do I hear that makes me
You're just
care?
at a table all by yourself with all the books and wine glasses that were on it before from the three dudes.
I assume as
Yeah,
a rabbit you've probably got good hearing. It
yeah.
wouldn't be too
All right.
ridiculous to
Okay.
overhear the conversation.
So I hear that the fucking cat vampire is about to go sneak out and fuck off down to that room with the K-hole guy. And
Yeah,
where
I
are we
can. Yeah,
saying the other
sure.
members of the party are?
They're resting in the rooms.
And I'm still here. All right.
Yeah,
Um,
Jaladri and Wester are pissed off. They said they wanted to go do some studying. Wester's retreated to her bedroom and is currently just going over some tomes that she rented out from the local library. And Jaladri is in his room, just kind of studying all the notebooks and the texts from the Book of the Living.
okay. 1 second. Huh. I'm just gonna stare, or Ortolan's just gonna stare at the cat vampire. like in a little bit of an uncanny way while the conversation continues.
Yeah. So these two that I was talking to, are they like they're guards?
Yeah, they're military.
Okay. So they're not like part of the three faction. They're just there to protect the ship.
They're actually, you've seen the Solly emblems on their chest. You know they're part of the Solly.
Okay.
And if you're ever curious of what they represent, the character guide is still up there as an image that you can open up and read what they're about.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I've got that open. Um, I guess I'll ask these guards what their suspicion is with the Heron gone sitting at the table.
It says, he kind of leans over and kind of gives a little bit of a giggling glance over to Quinn, and Gastaff just looks over. He's like, ah.
You guys scared of rabbits?
He's just like, a man that doesn't talk often always sits ill with me. And you kind of look over towards Orthland, and you guys kind of lock eyes.
Okay. Well, right. I guess I will, yeah, disembark from this table, right?
Yeah, you get a
And
nod from the two boys.
since I've locked eyes with, let's pull up the party sheet because I don't remember the name. Ortolin? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, and then I guess I will walk over and you know what? We're just gonna get straight into this.
Okay, so just hold on a second. So that's where you want to go. So whenever you get to this position here,
Mhm.
you actually see the gentleman that's sitting on the table. You just kind of like pass by to go up for another ale. Doo-doo-doo-doo. And that is what you see.
Nice. All right. Um,
He's cleaning paint off of his knives.
paint off his knives.
Yeah, he's got these little like painting trowels that appear to be sharpened, and he's just scraping paint off of them.
He's talking about his character.
Yeah, I figured
Okay,
as much.
just in case.
I was like painting knives. I was just a little confused, but I guess I should have
Hello.
asked Quinn before. Am I supposed to be subtle about these attacks? Because we probably don't want people knowing.
I do not have that information for you.
Okay.
So
Um, but we based it off of the
Yep.
fact that we could tell he was listening in on what we were
I'll
saying.
solve this problem for you. So the ship is being attacked. I suppose now it's your problem.
Yeah. Well, they seem to think I might be involved with it. So, to clear any suspicions of myself, I'll do what I can to protect the people on this ship. And they told me that you might be a little sketchy. So I figured I'd come ask what brings you onto the airship.
Sketchy. I'll drink to that. Picks up his goblet and takes a swig of a liquid. Doesn't answer apart from that.
Okay.
Here I'll have an opportunity to say something. Can I tell that he is a vampire?
Yep, you recognize the race.
Okay. So, are you going to drink my blood?
No. Blood is not really my my thing. It's I know it's a common one, but It's not for me. I prefer a more exquisite taste.
Ortholand, I need you to roll a Arcana check.
I'm stupid.
Okay, you know of his race, and as well as you believe that there is something that some of them use as a replacement for blood that is of the material world. But you can't really recall what exactly it is.
Okay. So he goes, well, I'll drink to that. And then he takes another gulp of his liquid.
What are you drinking specifically? Just flavor it.
What does the bar have for sale? Because if they have
Yes, flavor it.
if they have Benedictine wine, that's what I'm drinking.
Tell you what, that's going to be a staple, I think. I think that'll always be available. It's a very common thing throughout
That's what
the
I'm drinking.
militia. Seems to be their beverage of choice.
I'm drinking Madame Resmerta's oak matured mead. Yeah, Benedictine wine, I guess. You see a red liquid sloshing around in the goblet. It's got like little bits of green floating in it, like it's been heavily spiced and filtered roughly.
Nice.
He keeps
Sounds
finding
wonderful.
excuses to drink every time you say something
And
good.
I would say something that's
And over after a few questions, you notice he isn't really answering your questions.
yeah.
He just keeps drinking more.
Well, I'll point out that, like I said, they think that you're just as a suspect as I am. So if you would like to work together to solve this to clear both our names, that might be beneficial. They said that they're not doing too much, but you are also on the list.
Do I recall having been told that I was suspected of something, or am I just
Yeah, it
reading
was
it?
Brian's whole scratching a message on the floor thing.
Yeah, right. All right. Orland's gonna raise his wine goblet in the direction of the two soldiers up there that said they suspected Nikolai, and he's just gonna go, "You two." Do they look?
You can see that begrudgingly Quinn is looking down. The guy on the right hand side is looking down at his notepad writing, but you can kind of see you got the attention of Gastaff.
Okay. So they're looking at me. I'm like, "You two." And they're looking at me, and I'll point to Nikolai, and I'll just be like, "Him, right here? Yeah, he's cool. It's all good." Then he's just gonna put his wine down on the table and
All you hear from the
his
table to
knife again.
all you hear from the right hand side of the room is you just hear.
Gonna look up at the noise with a sneer of derision.
And the hooded figure that's sitting on the table next to you has kind of changed where he was seating to kind of get a better view of you, and you can actually see a large, slender black beak out from the robes.
You got something to say, Birdman?
And all you hear is, Birdman.
Looks immediately back down at his knives and starts cleaning them as if nothing happened.
Birdman, yes.
Yeah, yeah, I guess, I don't like that. I'm gonna approach the Birdman, and I'm going to slam my hand down on the table and reiterate in a slow, menacing tone, "Do you have something to say, Birdman?"
Birdman, say something, yes. Yeah, I need you to roll a perception check, please.
Can't take the hood off. It's just Michael Keaton with a beak strapped to his face.
Where did my character sheet go? There we go.
I really expected that guy to be articulate and threatening. That's just surprised to hear that he's like, "Birdman."
Okay, as you take a look around the area that he's sitting in, as you approach, you slam your hand down, and upon the reverberations on the table, you can kind of see the cups bang a little bit. and you can kind of see his body on his right hand side from his shoulder to his elbow. You can kind of see he's under a cloak, but you can actually start to see his hands start to moving to a downwards location.
Like he's trying to grab something?
Possibly.
Let's see here. I want to grab his arm and stop him.
Okay. I'll just let it. Yeah, there's no roll required. You go ahead and do that, and he kind of seems, man, Birdman.
The fuck.
Yes.
Not a very talkative one, are you?
Talkative one. Me, Birdman. Yes. Ha 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 ha. Friends?
That depends. Why don't you show me what you were trying to grab? Slowly.
Friends. Show me what I grabbed. Yes? And he starts nodding at you, and he just kind of relaxes a little bit. And he kind of just opens up his cloak, and he's got hands on 2 daggers.
Ortolan stands up and he's like, "What is this word salad bullshit?" He doesn't move forward. He just stands up and like,
salad. Friends. Friendship makes. Yes?
I can't. I can't. He just sits back down and goes back about his business.
I can't. Friends?
I'm gonna come over there. I'm actually gonna drive to your house and punch you in the fucking face in a minute.
Yeah.
You gotta go somewhere with this right now.
I was already so upset when he told me about Prit E-Bird outside of the campaign. And I've met him for 30 seconds inside the campaign, and I already want to murder this bird.
Like, I am gonna fucking sick this. I'm either gonna fucking come to your house and fucking beat you over the head with something, or I'm gonna kill this character in the campaign. Take your pick.
Sure.
Oh god.
We can be friends
Oh, all right. Ortolan's just sitting there
for
doing
now.
exercises, just like Kote's doing in real life.
Friends? Yes.
Yes.
They're good.
Yes.
I go for a handshake.
As you go for a handshake, he kind of like opens the side of his robe and then hands you a scroll with a Sali emblem on it.
Okay. I guess I open it.
As you open it, you can actually see that it is a gathering order issued by the Sali from about a month ago. And you see the pictures of everybody in the party, including Jaladri, Westra. You see Steve, and you see Orthlan, and you see, what was Axel? Axel's the other one, and you can see that it's like a giant listing of groups, an adventuring party.
Okay. I'm not on there though.
No.
But Ortolan is on there?
Ortolan is on there.
Okay. Oh, well, then I guess I will bring the scroll over to Ortolan and ask about these people that are listed in his party. See if
There you go.
they may or may not be available to help us solve these attacks. So let's put me back over. Whoop, there you go.
So are you saying this all out loud?
Yeah, so I'm going to go over to Ortolan and I'm going to be like, hey, I just received this scroll from the Birdman. It looks like you are here with a bunch of other people, or you're being summoned together.
In a manner of speaking, I was ripped from my comfortable yet humble existence to party up with a menagerie of strangers, of which you would actually fit in perfectly. Eyebrow raise, eyebrow raise.
Well, might some of your entourage be available to help us with this murder? Or these attacks, I guess? I don't know if it's murder or what's going on.
Oh, yes. Some of them are quite eager. It's actually rather sad.
Murder, yes. Friends.
Ortolan's just gonna crane his head back and shout to the whole bar. Has anyone got a ball gag?
Kind of, yeah, it's kind of like whenever like the pin on the fucking vinyl player scratches and it's just and everybody just looks over very confused and then eventually just goes
Or a
back to their
set of
meal.
earplugs. No, when they look over and the silence is complete, I'll say, or a set of earplugs.
you
Rapid
don't
size.
you don't really get a response. Everybody's just really fucking confused. You can kind of see Quinn just nod and shake his head.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, well, they're kind of taking a rest right now because they're lazy. But yeah, I mean, if people are getting murdered, I mean, I think we have a responsibility to do something. Maybe we should rustle up the rest of the group,
Yeah.
and I will make sure they all know you're not going to drink their blood. Backslap.
Yeah. Much appreciated.
Much appreciated, friends. Murder was.
He like
Need
looks
to
over
help
at him.
you find.
There's steam coming from his ears.
Sorry?
There's steam coming from his ears.
Okay.
I know you're just saying words, so I have no problem talking over it. If you're actually saying important shit, let me know.
I'm saying important shit.
All right. Well, friends, fucking TikTok, woof woof, fucking anus.
All right.
Friends.
All right.
Stab,
I'm gonna get you to roll a knowledge fuck check. So this is gonna be a +5 roll on a d20.
both of us? Or
No, just Kote. You have the sneaking suspicion he's trying to learn your language.
I have no time for such things.
Continue.
Um.
Yeah, let's go get these guys out of bed.
Okay.
Or wait a minute, where are you going? Aren't you going to find some? What interest do you have in my business anyway?
I mean, your business is really of no concern to me. I would just like to clear my name, and I figured you would like to clear yours as well.
Well,
But
what is this man you're going to see in the room? Um, I'm assuming that Mikolai has a map because you showed him the square. Like even if did the guards draw him a map?
Nope.
And
No,
no,
it's
how does he know where K Man is there?
well, because I saw they had a map at their table,
Oh, okay. And you looked at it.
and yeah,
Okay.
and they told me where he was. But I guess in order to get there, I have to wait until the guard exchange and sneak past.
All right. Orderland asks you why you're going to see this dude.
I'm not even sure why I'm gonna. They told me to go see him. I want to
Okay.
get, like I said, I want to get my.
I can answer that. I can answer that. So they were basically trying to hire extra help, and if you want to help out with the efforts, you have to go see Mikolai. Or Machiavelli, sorry.
Let's let the turtle man and the rest of the Jolly Farm review stay in bed for now and go find this guy on our own.
I hope that's our actual team name. Is the Charlie?
And as you guys are starting, you can kind of see off in the corner, lumbering in slowly, waddling back and forth as he walks. He approaches the table and just kind of, friends? So I would like.
Means what you think it means.
Anyway, so you have access to his bestiary of teammates, so you know he's actually from the Sali itself. He's a Sali operative. And I need you to bind him to your character, Kote. He is officially your sidekick.
What do I do?
He will follow you around, match your initiative, and you can send him out to do stuff, or you can have him fight with you.
So you don't need me to actually do anything in Fantasy Grounds?
Not as of yet.
All right. So
I'm trying to
I'm gonna
figure
look
out
directly
how
at him.
to give you his character sheet. Just give me 1 second.
I think you can just go to players' characters and it's there because I have his character sheet.
Oh, well, there you go. So activate that Cote. So go into characters and open up Pretty Bird's character sheet, and you can just use him as it goes, and I'll release the token to your thingy.
I don't have any ability. When I go to characters, it's empty.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just do this.
Oh,
Right.
is it maybe because I have it open?
Yeah, probably.
Here, let me close the character sheet then.
And then I'll go to players, characters, I'll right click, take ownership as GM, clear owner, drop that on Cote. Bam. Do you see that? No,
Yeah.
Yeah. So now he will always be half your level from here on in.
All right.
So he is currently level 1.
All right. So I'm going to look directly at him. Okay, friends. See that chair?
I do see that chair.
Please go sit in that chair.
Friends,
Very important that you
listen
sit in
to
that
what you
chair.
say. And then he just
Yes.
buggers off and he goes and has a seat. And
Yes, sit in
once
chairs.
he sits down, I need everybody to make perception checks.
And then we just fucking leave him here.
No, but I am going to have him kill himself at the earliest opportunity. Actually, no, I can't do that because I'm lawful good.
All right, so Nikolai, you notice that not only is Gastaff waving you over, but he seems to have some kind of a contract in his hand.
Yeah, staff. I like that.
Okay, well, I guess I'll go talk to.
Okay, and as you approach, he hands you off the letter. He says, "I see you've gained enough to be able to do this. Take this and just wait for the change." So the change is going to be like 2 or 3 hours, probably about 8 hours away. So you got lots of time to fuck around, but now you have the documentation you need.
Okay. Do I still have to go see Machiavelli then?
Yeah,
I've already got the
yeah.
paperwork?
The documentation is to get you past the inner court to actually get into the building.
Okay. So hold on, I'm confused. So I have paperwork, but I still need to sneak past guards?
Yes. So you need to wait for guard change,
Yep.
and then go in, present appropriate documentation to be able to access where Machiavelli is.
Okay, but why can't I just give the proper documentation to the current guard?
I'm going to get you to roll a history check.
This is the only campaign I've ever seen that has history checks, and I've rolled like 7 of them in like half an hour.
Yeah, it's because it's like I just want to know if your character would know why, and I'm just like trying to like basically band-aid holes in the ship.
Okay.
So the reason being is we're gonna say Gastaff actually implements that the reason why he's getting you to do this is because he doesn't trust the Tarl guards.
Oh, and then on guard switch, does it switch to a different faction guard?
Yeah, it'll go to the Sali, and then the next rotation will be the Seer.
Oh. All right. That makes sense.
Whew. Problem solved.
Nice. But if he doesn't trust the Tarl, why is he sitting in the Tarl library and bar?
It's the only common area on the ship. Yeah.
Sucks to suck. All right.
It's like a fucking pub or whatever called the Nazi Saloon, and there's a bunch of Jews in there drinking. Okay.
Let's I wait 8 hours. I wait until the next successful plot point.
There you go.
Um, Are you telling Ortolan we have to wait hours? Wait 8 hours, or just hoping he doesn't get up and leave the room? Because he's leaving immediately unless you say something. Because that bird is not going to be in the same room as him ever.
Yeah, I guess I'll tell him exactly what I was just told. We need to wait for guards, so we will reconvene later.
Tell you what, I'm going to go meditate out in the hallway because it's nice and dark and it's the way that I sleep. So
Okay.
I'll take whatever amount of rest you'd be willing to give me for just like meditating and.
Oh well, you guys are full HP and max, so yeah, whatever you want to do.
I think I used something. I think I might have used. Maybe not. Maybe that was before the last rest. I thought I used a key point for something.
Okay, so before you go, Prit walks up to you and just goes, "Oh, orders."
Orders are to watch the chair and not ask for more orders before you finish the orders you've given. Have you been given other orders than to watch the chair?
Ooh. Orders?
Orders are also to answer the questions that you're asked.
Questions I ask are orders. Must do.
You need to watch the chair and make sure no one steals it. It's very important. It's not like any other chair. I need you to watch that chair until told to do something else. That chair is the most important thing in the world to me, and I cannot have it stolen.
He looks at you, says, "Crackers?"
No, it's a chair. Crackers are a thing.
He
It's a
starts
dried
to hold out his
thing with
hand.
flour. Oh God, I don't have any crackers.
Crackers,
Where did the
friends.
last crackers? Where did the last crackers come from?
No crackers, friend.
I don't know what crackers are. I need you to teach me about this cracker thing.
He just
What is a cracker?
It's like a biscuit.
Don't you dare answer me out of game, you piece of shit. What is a cracker?
You fucking deserve it. Shut up.
Why are you testing me? Like, why are you doing
Okay,
this?
so I'm going to throw this out.
I hate everything about this.
Okay, so I'm going to have to take you out of the world and into the four walls of fucking fourth wall breaking. He's asking you what, like, he has, like, very few things he can actually do. So the only things he can do is follow you, or scout, or attack. So
well, he's gonna scout then because I have to meditate, and I can't meditate when he's going friends. I can't do that. I gotta like contact my inner fucking dick. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So just tell him like to do something that's not sit in the chair. That's all you gotta do.
What you need to do is, I swear to Christ, I want to tell him to stand on the fucking chair so bad. All right, what you need to do, I'll tell you where you can get your crackers. Okay, you gotta do. Walk down to the guard there on the bridge. He's gonna give you your crackers. Okay, if he doesn't give you your crackers, you just keep asking, because essentially, he'll give in. Okay. Now the thing you don't realize about these guys is that they all have crackers. So just go down there. I'm gonna sit in the corner, and I'm gonna think about shit real fucking hard. And when I do that, I want you to go down there, and I want you to be persistent. Get the crackers. And don't eat them all, because I want some.
Friends say he don't talk much false. And he walks off.
I
hate this NPC, but I love watching you attempt to interact with this NPC.
I have no words.
Okay. So we've got fucking hours. You're gonna go meditate.
So
What
yeah,
else is there
so
to
you
do?
guys have been awake for, I want to say, it's probably around getting on supper time now, I would say.
Okay. Where are the living quarters on this map?
So
Are they down lower?
I'll move Kote to where it is. It's down this way, off map.
Ah, okay.
So are you going to meditate, Kote? Is that what's up?
Yeah, I think I just ate a bowl of stew, so I should be good for a while for food, so I'm going to meditate. Is
Yeah.
there a place I should be meditating other than out in the hall?
Well,
Specifically somewhere other than where you told the bird you would be.
Where's the rest of the party again?
in the rooms meditating and studying and
Which room?
researching their bedrooms.
Where are they?
Off the map to the left where your token is.
Oh, well then, yeah, that's where I'm going. I'm going to my fucking bedroom.
Very good.
God, I hope they gang rape that bird.
That's aggressive. Can I ask the bartender if he's got any crackers for sale?
Sure. Bum, bum, bum.
Never know.
She kind of looks over towards you and she's like, "Hey, Vay, looking for something sweet or something salty?" And she kind of sets a menu down in front of you with a glass of water.
Something sweet or something salty.
Um,
Uh,
that is the most uncomfortable a pickup line has ever made me.
isn't it?
Does the menu have crackers on it?
You take a look down and you can see a bunch of bread products like loaves of bread and stuff, and there are crackers.
Well, because I assume when the bird was fucking going back and forth for pints, he was probably getting.
Crackers
Yeah.
and ale, you're right.
Yeah. So I feel like if it's gonna help shut him up, I'm gonna buy some crackers just as like a must.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So she just calls off, and it's basically like it's so little money that it's not worth discussing.
Nice.
So you just get this little bag filled with crackers, and there are 5 crackers in it.
Perfect.
She looks over towards you and says, "I see you're helping your friend, but do you have any desires? For a price, we can be obtained." And you kind of
can be obtained. Is this a fucking brothel?
She looks over towards the door and says, "Well, I would not in the strictest sense. Men are, out at sea for long periods of time and deserve a little companionship." And then from the right-hand side of the room, you can kind of see the doors open and some really fucking hot chicks come out.
Hmm. Is this
I
where
like
we're
it. You just assume his character isn't queer.
Yeah.
Hey,
Is this where I go and take my 8-hour long rest?
It's up to you.
Rest being a bit of an understatement. I don't know what else to do. I can't get into the archives or the lab yet, but I assume I'll be able to do that after I get information from fucking what's his face. And then this door here, kind of by Pretty Bird, is locked and I can't see inside it. I think I'm gonna just explore the ship a little more then.
Very good. So the bar...
I'll accept. I'll tell her thank you for the gracious offer, and I will give it some thought.
Very good. You see the women disappear back in the door closed, and she gives you a nod. All right. So you're going to go explore the ship. All right, let's put you where you want to go.
So can I go down this catwalk? Like,
Hell yeah. Ooh.
yeah, because I want to know what's on this side of the ship. Down here more.
Very good. So as you approach this end of the catwalk, you see a door just right next to you, and it looks to be ajar.
Oh. Yeah, I'll peer into it.
Okay, as you look into it, I will reveal. Pink. This is what you see. You see several dwarfs all sitting around using various tools of crafting trades to be able to build trinkets and weapons and armor.
There's just a smithy on the blimp. Nice.
This is a very interesting ship.
Like I said, have you seen the picture of the fucking Zeppelin? Like, it's massive.
Yeah.
Massive.
Oh, hey. Can we retcon a little bit more of a conversation with Quinn and
Yeah, what's up?
staff? I just want to know, like, a little bit more information on the attacks. Like, where was the most recent one? Is there a specific group that was like targeted?
He says he doesn't know the specifics, but Machiavelli would be able to tell you all that you need to know.
I can't get to him. I'm trying to do my own research in the next coming future, but I can't get there. Okay, but this just looks like a smithy filled with dwarves, right?
Yep.
If I were to gauge, like, hmm. I don't know. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna go right in. Who's the lead smith? Who would I talk to if I wanted to talk
So
to?
as soon as you walk in the door, you see like a kind of a greeting area with a large burly dwarf right at it.
Okay. And he's probably the one to talk to.
Very good. All right. Just give me 1 second. I'm in edit mode for some reason. Shoot. Okay, so as you enter, you hear the sounds of like large metal bangings and like forge fires bellowing. And you approach the man at the desk, and he says, "Greetings, friend. How may I assist you?"
Greetings yourself. That seems to be a nice operation you got going on here.
Yes, sir. My name is Dmitri Glasshands. I am here at the most prestige forge in the lands upon this great airship. We have very many wares for sale, and also, if you wish, we do have intern positions to be able to teach would-be travelers how to craft their arms to keep them safe.
Well, that is a very generous offer, but as you can see, I prefer to travel a lot more lightly and rely on a little bit more natural style weapons. But I was hoping to ask you a few questions.
Really? A question for a forge master. How interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Less so about the forging, just about your experiences on this ship.
Oh, very well. I have some time before next class starts. How can I assist you?
Well, first of all, I just want some more general information on this ship. Like, is it well known? Is it one of a kind? Is it like?
Oh, okay. I got you.
I want general ship knowledge first.
Okay, so you don't know too much about the different kinds of ships, but due to its general size, you know it's one of the bigger ones on the top end of the market. Although it's not the most advanced or the most thing, this is mainly used for transport of goods. this specific Zeppelin, like it's not like an attack ship or anything like that by any means.
Gotcha. But like, is it like well known, right? Like people from all over
Yes.
know of this vessel. Like it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
famous vessel.
Well, it's not a famous vessel. It's kind of like the workhorse vessel. Like, like it's definitely like it wouldn't be anything of legend, but people would be able to identify it by its markings.
Gotcha. What else do I want to know about this ship? Who made it?
Who made the ship? So, I'm going to have a look to see if I have that in notes. Because I'm not sure it was ever discussed. Oh, guess what? You just completed a quest.
Huh. I did?
Yeah, it's on, it's a side quest.
Side quest. Oh, look at that. Man, I'm good at this game.
Nicely done. So so the information that you're able to be given that I can basically come up with offhand is that most of the airships themselves were built by the Taro because they use them mostly, but more information can actually be found at the library next to the library that's next to the common area where all the books and scrolls came from.
Gotcha. All right. Well, now that we've covered general ship knowledge, I guess I'm just gonna ask, but I'm gonna phrase it nicely. I'm gonna be like, amongst the patrons in this ship, rumor has it that there have been some strange folk wandering around, people missing. I don't want to say murdered. Yeah, people missing, strange happenstances on the airship, and I want to know if this guy has heard of anything
It
or
says,
seen
yes,
anything.
be dirty, be the path. Several of my men, my social colleagues, they actually worked on the engine room itself that seems to have been attacked, and they are beyond words about what happened. The means that must have been put behind this in order to destroy the machines in the first place is unfathomable. Nothing that we have currently here could have done that. It's so intriguing.
Your men that were there while the engine room was attacked, did they survive?
Says, yes, just over there. And he points over to the side of the room, and there's 3 dwarfs in beds sleeping.
They're all asleep?
Yeah.
Okay. Were they unconscious when you found them?
No, they came back just exhausted from work. They've been tinkering and smashing and playing. Machiavelli already issued the orders to begin repair, so their time is better spent smashing the irons to repair it so we can get on our way.
No, fair enough. We need this ship in tip-top shape. But yeah, they didn't happen to say anything of note on what happened, did they?
Not to me. All I knew is that the damage was severe and that we needed a large supply of iron.
Well, if I happen to be in the area and you know that they are recovering well and awake, please do let me know, because I would like to see if I can get any information out of them.
Very well, but do something for me as well. Business has been slow. Take this. Convince people to come pay us a visit.
Okay. Take this, what?
It's a scroll.
Oh.
Bam.
Ah.
So you've unlocked crafting.
Nice. Ooh, enchantments. Nice.
Everything you need to know should be on there except for the DC save, which will be revealed at a later time. So take a minute. I'm going to get a drink of water and take a little fiver. Feel free on reading through that. And I'm going to put the stream on pause for a moment.
Perfect.
You put your faith in me.
Kick her back on.
That's a move.
All right, and we are back. Okay, so Kote, you're like chilling out in your room meditating. Is there anything else that you're doing?
Unless there's something that I hear that would make me stop. No.
Okay. All right, Victor.
Although when I run back into Nikolai, I'm going to be surprised to know that he didn't sit for 8 hours like he said he was gonna. I won't know about any of the stuff that he did. I'll just think that he was camping out. Because Ortholin doesn't know about his diversion after the parting of ways.
Yeah.
He's just happy to be rid of Pretty Bird.
Hey.
I think I'm going to make a fucking pot of coffee, yo. It's going to be great!
Nice. I guess I'll ask Dimitri. Is it possible to acquire a map of the airship?
Says he looks back and forth. He's like, "Oh, maybe. I know they keep a lot of cartography stations within this within the Echo Lab on the far end of the ship."
Okay. Is that area open to general public?
Not at this. Oh, maybe. You can see him step out from behind his desk, and he walks over to the door, opens it, and looks out. Oh, in the next few minutes, it will be. It looks like it's probably time for supper, anyways. It might clear out here in a moment. I can see people coming in and out of most tavern shops along the walkway.
Gotcha. I know of a few other places that unfortunately were attacked besides the engineering room. Where do the people from the ammunitions bay and steering room typically hang out? If I wanted to go ask them questions about the attacks, where would I find them?
It's hard to say. The ship be vast, probably on the upper decks, but most of us aren't really allowed up there. But some people have special permissions from time to time, but maybe... it's so difficult because the Sali and the Seer, just the only remaining few that are here, or just seem to be on these lower decks, but maybe Machiavelli would know.
Okay. Well, I do plan on paying him a visit when I have a chance, but thank you for your information. And again, let me know if any of your men wake up so I can ask them a few things. And I will do my best to pass out information on your internship program.
Yay! He gives you a bow of a head like a noble dwarf would and says, "Aye, laddie."
All right. Well, I mean, logically, it's been all of like 10 minutes since I left the bar, so we still have about 7 hours worth of shit to do. I guess I'll explore the ship some more.
Very good.
Let's go this way.
Okay, as you go down, there's a door that is shut in front of you, and it has a picture of like 3 carrying bags on it. There is a window in the door.
Oh, well, let's look through the window.
As you pop your head over to the window, you don't see anybody in the room, but you can kind of identify this to be a supply room.
Oh.
So this is also attached onto the forge, separated by a thick wall.
Okay, so this is kind of his supply room, but it's not attached directly to the forge.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Where does the edge of the map end? Like, I know Kote couldn't go any further left than that, so can I not go any further left than over here?
That is true. There's nothing out that way. It would be like blocked off staircases by metal grates.
Okay, gotcha. So really,
And-
the only place
And
that
it's
I
the same
probably-
on the other side too, and I'll show you that. Bam.
Okay, so really the only place that I haven't looked yet is the corner where Machiavelli is.
That is true.
And I can't get there for a long time. Okay, so the library is locked. The people in the alchemist lab or whatever won't let me in. What was the other building? The one next to the alchemy lab?
The one at the top left?
Top right.
That's the you don't know, but you assume from what he told you, it's the Echo Lab.
Mm,
And I'll just do this so you know.
gotcha. Yeah, so the leftmost part of the Echo Lab, is that part of the lab? Or is
Yes.
that two separate?
So you kind of know what like the average like scientific area would look like. There's like an entrance area where it's like documentation and stuff like that, but the lab is kept separate on the right hand side.
Gotcha. Oh, well then maybe I should try going in through the information part rather than immediately into the lab part where the door doesn't open.
It's up to you.
Well, I mean, I got nothing else to do, and Kote's still just napping or whatever.
If you want, Kote, we can say that you've finished your meditation.
Yeah, we can say that. Like, I'm happy to come out of the room. I thought Nikolai was going to chill for 8 hours, so just by default, Ortholand's going to chill for 8 hours too, and meet him at the end of the 8 hours, unless he hears something or some reason happens that he would react to.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I just kind of assumed that there was other stuff that we were supposed to be doing. Just the way that it was like phrased to me, I thought this was right. He was like, "Oh, you got 8 hours. You got lots of time to do other stuff," which made me think we had other stuff we were supposed to be doing.
Well, if there's anything interesting that you want to show him, you could go get him from his room, but other than that, he's probably not going to leave of his own accord.
I guess I'll give Pretty Bird a cracker because I'm walking past him.
Okay, as you watch, he extends his hands forward. You can hear an argument going on between the two. The guard just looks severely depressed, and just unbeknownst to him, this fucking small ass bird has just been pestering him for like the last 40 minutes. He's like one of those guards that are from like Great Britain that stand still, but you can tell, like, you can see him just kind of trying not to punch the fuck out of this bird.
His eyes are bloodshot and unfocused.
Yeah.
Pretty Bird looks towards you with his hand extended and says, "Mission?"
You know what? I will take Pretty Bird to the smith, and I will make Pretty Bird be the messenger if one of the dwarves wakes up. So if one of the dwarves wakes up from their injuries or their rest or whatever, that way Dimitri doesn't have to leave his forge, and he can send Pretty Bird to find us so that we can question the dwarves.
Very good. Pretty Bird goes, "Oh, a friend. Nice. Yes." And then takes off.
Okay. And then I guess while we're waiting for that, I guess I'll go get I don't know. I will wait until something happens. Hopefully it'll be a bunch of the 8 hour, if not all of it, or until Pretty Bird comes to tell us what's going on.
So what's happening? You're just gonna chill where you are?
I'm just gonna go back to the rooms as well and try and wait until closer to guard change or until Pretty Bird comes and lets me know that there might be information to be found on the attacks.
Very good. All right, so as you pass by the door towards where all the food and drink are, you can just see one of the ladies with cleavage up against the window of the door. And you can just, she's like trying to like usher you back in as you pass by.
She probably does that to everybody.
Probably. All right, so you hit your room. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a. I don't know. Do you want a short rest or do you want a long rest? I know meditation, you only need 4 hours, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be sleeping or meditating, whatever the situation accounted for, but I don't think I need a rest. I think I'm max everything.
Yeah, I'm max everything too, so I
Technically
don't really
speaking.
need the rest. It's just I think I've run out of places to explore and things to do until the guard swap or until somebody gives us information on these attacks. So I figure now is a good time to reconvene.
Explain everything to the party, what you found, basically that kind of stuff. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so I will tell Ortolin, and I don't know. I still don't think I've met the rest of the party, but I will pass on the information to Ortolin about the interning and crafting station opportunities.
All right. So as you pass down the staircase to go towards the living quarters, your room is actually uh about a 5-10 minute journey away from where their rooms are. You actually have to go down an elevator in order to get to your living quarters. But yeah, you stop by the room, you pass along the information, then you
From this day forth, you put your faith in me.
Expecto Patronum! Expecto Patronum!
Weave me a tale.
And we're back. All right, so you guys are currently finished your rest, and it's a few minutes before the time limit.
No news from Pretty Bird.
Not yet, no.
Man, these dwarves are sleeping for more than 8 hours. I mean, I guess they were also just like in a fucking attack. All right. Well, I guess we'll go.
Check the guard switch.
Yeah, check the guard switch and move on to talk to Machiavelli.
Okay, so we'll
And
put
then
you
we'll-
over
then we'll
here,
go-
I guess.
Yeah, then we'll go play some. What is it? Assassin's Creed 3? That's the one with no Machiavelli. I think he's in Brotherhood.
All right, so you guys are just posted up, and the guards are just like, you're just chilling, like incognito. I mean, nobody's like looking for anything or suspective at all.
Nice.
I need you to roll, both of you roll perception checks.
Yo, we're monks. We should be good at that.
So out of nowhere, Pretty Bird
Oh.
lands behind you. Mission favored. All died.
What?
All died.
How?
Unsure, friend. Speak. And so at this point, I'm going to make it so that it's actually legible. He's starting to learn your guys' enough so that you can comprehend most of what he's saying now.
Okay.
He basically...
But like,
So
he was there watching, right? He was on watch.
Yep.
Okay, so it's not like somebody came in and attacked them again.
No, they all died. So what ended up, he regales you until like he was just standing there, and as he's looking from body to body, he's actually hanging out with Glass Hand. And he looks over, and just all you see is the body start to decomposes, and he relays that to you.
Like at a rapid rate? Like they just kind of like
Yeah.
disintegrate?
Yeah, like within seconds.
Oh.
That's not good. Shit. Yeah, I think we got to talk to Machiavelli like ASAP right now.
Fine, come with, I do. And he just kind of, he nuzzles up to you because he knows you have the crackers.
Ah, shit.
You've done it.
All right,
Yeah.
and as you guys are conversing, you can also see that the guard change is starting to happen, and he moves to the other side of the bridge and disappears.
Nice. Do we have to like sneak in somewhere, or do we just?
Yeah, like you guys can just walk by. It's nothing major.
Okay, perfect. Then let's walk into Machiavelli's room, which I assume is this door over here.
Bam, bam. All right, allow me a moment. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys something, and then I got to extradite something else. Bump.
That's a lot of tieflings.
All right.
Those are pretty cool tieflings. Except for the one on the bottom right looks like she's part of a harem.
So everybody's going in, all three of yous. So when you enter, you enter what seems to be like a makeshift conference room. You can see a lot of papers and a lot of debris along the ground. It looks like it was made with haste. It also has a makeshift throne made of books, chairs, broken things that you see around. And you see a tiefling sitting and arguing with other tieflings in open court. The first tiefling steps forward and bows towards Machiavelli and says, "What is the plan? I mean, what do we do?" The Tarl have taken the city. I don't understand. And you kind of hear some cheers and boos. Another tiefling steps forward and says, the only remaining forces we have are the Sali and the Seer on the airship. And you can kind of see a couple of other tieflings start to boo and humble. Another one says, but what of the damage to the lab and the engine room? The criminals could still be somewhere. And you just see Machiavelli raise his hand and says, calm, calm, calm. And the chatter dispels. And he looks towards you and says, we have guests. Come. And he waves you over.
Okay.
Walk over.
Yeah, we enter the room.
Okay, as you stand before it, you can actually see several lines of tieflings that are just like decked to the nines. Like they're like very like well dressed, like armor, glinting, fucking weapons, everything. Like they look like they're ready for full combat.
Gotcha.
Says, my friends, the ones who seek to save my life. Is there something I can do for you?
We. Oh, do I give him the paperwork? The stuff that I got from Quinn to show him that I'm trying to help him.
I don't think he's given you any inclination he's looking for paperwork, but you can present it to him.
Well, yeah, I want to present the paperwork that Quinn gave me and tell him that Quinn sent me to help with the tracking of the people that are causing attacks on the ship.
Nice. So as you present it forward, he kind of starts to read from top to bottom. He's like, aha. Entertaining. Oh, so you're looking to assist us and provide us with manpower, are you? And he kind of looks back towards you looking for a response.
Yeah, and I do have... Yeah, that's the general idea. I do have news involving the dwarves that were attacked in the engine room, however.
Oh, the sly fellows. I thought them more sturdy than they were. What of them?
I guess after returning to the smith, they laid down to rest and they were out for multiple hours and then their bodies disintegrated at a rapid pace, kind of seemingly out of nowhere.
What? This can't be. Go line, go! And you see Tiefling 6 disappear from the room. What foul beast would approach? It looked like a simple explosion. The chemicals that were involved wouldn't have been able to melt a flower. I don't get it. But
Sounds like this is more than just simple explosions then.
says, you have no idea, my friend. The danger continues even now. An unseen force moves to destroy us. Our Echo Lab was recently attacked, and it seems like a lot of information was either stolen or destroyed. We have no idea who is behind this, or even what they're after. My men are currently securing and repairing the engine room where the dwarves were, as it was attacked as well. I'm of need of aid, please. I see you've already met with Gastaff and Quinn, my Solly friends, and if so being, I ask your help. And he basically hands you kind of like a clipboard, and you can see that it's a written contract for you to join the guards as interns.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I guess that probably gives us access to more of the ship, huh?
Says, yes. Specifically, I cannot say it gives you 100% access, but you'll be able to move freely with my consent.
Well, I'm going to accept this generous offer.
I'll give him a little bow while is it like a physical thing he's trying to hand us?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it and bow respectfully.
It says, thank you, my friends. Here, take this. And now I want you to put into your inventory Inquisitor badge.
Have we joined the Inquisitor squad?
Is that a legit question or a funny question?
Pretty sure it's a fucking direct reference to the fifth Harry Potter movie.
Oh, okay, funny.
So
Memorial Squad. Sorry, that was my bad.
Okay, I got it now. Okay.
what was the order of the attacks between the engine room, the steering room, and the ammunitions bay?
It was the first attack was the lab. Second attack was the engine room. And there seems to be some qualms on whether or not there's something going on in the steering room and in the munitions bay.
Gotcha. So those ones haven't been attacked yet, but there seems to be something weird going on there.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I was basically trying to figure out where they were going to attack next, but it seems like we have two very possible. What kind of cargo is in the ammunition bay? Or in the munitions bay or whatever?
He opens up a manifest and he basically shows you. You can see a lot of like mortar shells and like large munitions that seem to be for like weapons that are on the sides of the ship. You've never seen them because they weren't out whenever this thing is patrolling. So you kind of don't have a really good idea on what the mechanism to fire them is.
Okay. Based off of that, let's see. They've gone to the lab where they took a bunch of information. Then they went to the engineering room and they tried to stop the ship. So I'm going to assume that they're probably going to attack the steering room first. Because I feel like if they blew up the ammunitions bay, a lot more shit would explode and that would probably cause damage to the ship. And I feel like they're trying to take it over more so than blow it up. Because if they wanted to blow it up, they'd probably go there first. So I think the steering room is probably their next target. Does this badge get me access to the steering room?
He says, no, not at this time. Many guards are up there, so you shouldn't have to worry. But he kind of starts to trail off and he's like getting a bunch of documents out of his pocket. And then you see Tiefling number 6 come back. Tiefling number 6 runs in and says, it is confirmed. Their bodies are quelled, melted into place. It's... I don't understand, but maybe there's a possibility that we could get more answers at the lab. And you can kind of see the Tiefling take out kind of several vials and hand them to Machiavelli. It says these are DNA samples from each of them. Perhaps Ulan would be able to assist us. No, Ulan, says Machiavelli, is not in control anymore. He was relieved and he's up working at the engineering bay. I have something here for you. Images. You'll have to deal with Michael instead, he says. Sorry, I had to open up a brand new window and get some information. So Machiavelli says Michael would be the one to find, and he says, friend, before you proceed further, can you act as my hand and go over to the Echo Lab and find out what's going on? And he hands you the vials.
Yes. However, last time I walked past the Echo Lab, they wouldn't let me in.
Yeah, he kind of rifles through his pockets. He's like, very well. This will be your sign. And he hands you off a signed written letter of access presented to each of you.
Nice.
Perfect. Do we have any other final questions for Machiavelli before we head off?
I think you pretty much covered it, man. You said all that out loud, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't confirm nor deny any of it. What is his reaction to the hijacking theory?
Whose?
Machiavelli.
Well, he's pretty like, what the fuck is happening here?
Okay, he's kind of too flustered. Okay, it's fair.
Yeah,
well, I like the hijacking theory. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because if they wanted to just blow up the ship, they could have done that first.
Exactly. Monk
So I
wisdom.
think they're trying to take it rather than stop it.
Yeah.
I feel like they're willing to stop it if they can't have it, but I feel like they want it first. So, well, I guess we'll go to the lab then, unless you can think of anything else to ask Machiavelli, which I'm running
can't.
low on things. Okay,
Let's go.
to the lab.
Very good. All right. So as you guys exit, you cross over the sand dunes that are traveling by at a decent speed. The wind blows sand up into the course of the bottom of the ship as if like the engines are just kicking it up in a wake behind the ship. You guys walk over and then you notice I gotta reopen the map here. But you guys notice that there are 2 guards now at the door to the lab. Just give me a moment here. Bam. All right, I gotta back up now. I am lagging. Also lagging. Here we go. All right. Do. All right, move your token there, Kutste. Thank you. All right, and
Guards.
all right. So the guards are papers, please. No one is granted access without express permission from Machiavelli.
Oh, well, I'm very glad to see that you're doing your job so well, fine sir, of course, and here are the papers.
Hey, he looks it over. He looks at you. He looks back at the paper and looks at you. Looks back at the paper, looks at Nikolai. You can kind of sense that like he's on high alert.
Feel a lot safer when there's competent people on the job. It gives him a reassuring nod.
He finally gives you begrudgingly, he says, "This will be acceptable," and he hands them back to you, and you can kind of see them taking one step to each side.
I guess we could have also shown them the Inquisitor's badge, right? Because that also gets us access into places. So we've got written notes and a badge.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're in.
Dope. So, as you guys enter, you see a large room with several desks facing away from the door. It's manned by several scientists who seem to be scribing government documents and various alchemical order lists. Up on the wall, there's various maps of unknown locations. You guys don't recognize these. Various maps of underground caves, and a podium in the center of the far wall covered in cloth. On the desk is facing you is an elderly man who seems to be packing letters into envelopes with emblems of the Sali. They're sealed, processed, and placed in a stack upon his desk off to the left. You can actually see several humans in civilian attire that are like whipping their way between desks, passing by each of them, presenting them with food and drink and like all that kind of stuff. Right on the front desk, you also see the man peer his head out and says, "Oh, hello there. Special permission do we have?" And then he kind of looks over and you can kind of see he's like behind a wall of books. You can kind of see him scribing with an ink and quill. Says, "What can I do for you, gentlemen?"
We're looking for Michael.
"Ah, that is me, Michael, the wizard extraordinaire."
Well, we've got strict orders from Machiavelli to ask you to investigate these vials. I guess some people that were caught in one of the attacks in the engine room have spontaneously disintegrated.
You can kind of see like the whole room goes quiet and all the chatter and all the interns have stopped moving. You can see like a disgruntled, scared look on their faces, and he goes, "Really? What unseen evil has done this?" And he kind of takes the vials from you, and he kind of leans over to one of his cohorts, and they disappear through the door on the right-hand side to the labs. And he goes, "My condolences. Were they your friends?"
Not exactly. But...
No, I did have a good chat with their mentor, and he seems like a pretty strong individual, big on teams and stuff. So I'm sure these people will be missed by quite a number of people. But
He's like, well, that's quite unfortunate. It will take several days to process, but we'll get right on it. I assume you were sent by Machiavelli?
That's how we got in here.
This is very well. Well, it's kind of difficult. Things have been, we've had trying times at the moment. Our lab has been attacked once already, and we're just trying to wait for the appropriate guards to show up to kind of investigate the area, but Machiavelli has gone silent over the past few hours. Apparently there's a lot going on.
What can you tell me about the attack that happened in this lab?
He goes, I can't say much. It's quite hush-hush at the moment.
There are literal lives on the stake.
Says, yes, I understand, but I can't let anybody access the area that does not have proper documentation or is a part of the guards.
We are part of the guards.
You're part of the guards? Show me.
That's the Inquisitor's badge.
Yeah, the temporary draft measure, yeah.
All right, so you present the badge to him. He says, oh, fascinating. Well, I guess I have no choice. You have access to the lab, but it may take me a moment to unlock the doors to be able to go into the room that was attacked. So he kind of ushers you forward, and he'll be like, I think it's time for a tour. So he kind of like ushers you back in, and he basically gives you a large description on why the Echo Lab exists. And he kind of gives you guys general information that the reason why it exists is to further the campaign for being able to go out and explore faraway lands for anything that could help us in the noble cause. But since that noble cause has been tarnished by the Tarl who've attacked the city, they kind of don't really know what to do anymore. So he kind of like ushers you in and out of the room and up and down all the aisles, and you can see various people working on different projects, whether it be like how to use the Echo Lilies to, propel flight machines. You can see them on how to you can see one guy in the back end corner who's kind of looking at ways to be able to make weapons out of it. Another person that's trying to like infuse Echo Lilies into potions. There's like 100 things going on in the specific area.
Gotcha.
All right, so as you guys are going to enter the potion area, I need you to roll a perception check. And you can also do a perception check for Pretty Bird if you want to.
Fuck, Pretty Bird.
Pretty Bird's probably not going to beat my 24. So.
Gotcha. All right, so upon the podium on the back end of the room, you actually see a part of what's underneath the veil on the bottom end, and you see a word transcribed onto whatever's underneath this blanket, and it says Earnhard.
Earnhard?
Yeah. So you don't recognize the word, but I believe Kote does.
Do I?
Yeah, because Brian told you what about all the visions he saw.
I don't remember that name from it, though.
Yeah, he told you that he was able to find out the name of the place that where he's going using the eye, and probably, the session where you guys were right when you left after painting Paladin Yearbick's visions.
That was the name of the town, was it?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So, I don't feel like explaining who Brian is yet, so I'm gonna say I recognize that name. A friend of ours mentioned it last time I saw him. Remind me to run that by him when these lazy bastards get up from their sleep. He's a turtle, so he could be a while.
Yeah, you can see the old man look at you and be like, what are you staring at, silly?
So sorry, which one of these is Michael?
He's the dude with the white beard, just at the first table on the right.
Okay. when this place was attacked, there must have been people in the lab.
Yes.
Where are these people now?
Oh, they're back to work in the next room.
Okay. And nobody is liquefied?
Not. He goes, I hope not.
Well, it sounds like they're the people that we have to ask, because if they were in here while it got attacked, they might be able to tell us something. Hey, yeah, let's go into the lab, I guess.
What would you like to do, Kote?
Oh, same. That's
Same?
what we're supposed to be doing.
Okay. Brent. Brent.
Yeah, I guess the nice thing about doing this with only 2 players is that there's less people to like talk over, and we can just kind of keep moving forward a little bit more.
Hence the reason why I built it this way. I was like, I want it, like, if people pair off in teams of 2 and just go fucking different directions, people could, like, bring back information that the other people wouldn't have been in here to, and it puts a good role-playing spin on shit.
Yeah.
All right, so as you guys go in, you can kind of see all of the people at work, and you notice that there's the main wizard down at the back end of the room, and she kind of waves you over, the one at the very top.
Okay, let's go.
There.
Let's go talk to her.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you go up and she just goes, "Greetings, my name is Zien. How are you?"
It'd be better if the ship wasn't being attacked. How about yourself?
I believe it to be so that somebody is trying to actually kill us all. She kind of, like, you guys get the nerve that she's kind of like, she looks like she's really stressed out. You can kind of see the balls in her hair that have been tied tightly are starting to fray, and she looks like weathered. She goes, "Yes, just beyond that wall, just over to the back. There's no door, but do you see where the star is, where the circle? Just
Yeah.
right next to her, that is the door that goes into another area." She goes,
Oh.
"Yes, I assume you're here to examine the crime scene. It's just over there."
Oh, okay. Well, let's head right in.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
go investigate.
So you guys start to walk over to her, and it's kind of like a hole in the floor with a ladder that goes down. Hey, it's Brian. I think Brian's here.
Cool.
So before we decide to go down there, maybe we want to give, like, Brian a second to, like, act like he came in with yous.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so why don't, before you go down the stairs, let's do a little role play in this room before we head down, just to kind of give him a chance to sign on.
Yeah.
So why don't you guys talk to yourself, your team, and kind of decide what is happening and what the best course of action is?
Well, I want to find out if any of these scientists in this room were in the other room when it was attacked.
Good point.
Good.
Just hoping to do a thorough investigation of the
Well, I can't imagine that 3 places have been attacked, all of which have had people in them, and nobody has seen anything. Like, even if it was just like, I saw a scurrying shadow in the background. At least that's something, right? Somebody has to know a little bit of something other than just, ship go boom.
So yeah,
seems about right. We don't have time to interrogate too many people.
so let's say you talk to this chick.
Ship's gonna blow up, yeah.
All right, so she just basically says, "I was here the entire time, yet I see nobody come or go. But I did happen to go use the restroom about an hour before the attack. So I can't say that I was here the entire time."
Was anyone else in the room when you left?
Said, "Just my peers." And she kind of points to the rest of the room.
So they were all here for the time you were gone. Okay. So that means the room was never empty.
Hmm. Does this room look out over any of the sands? Like, are there any windows in this room?
No, this is kind of like you can see that the walls are actually lined with metal, and it's very pristine looking, very like bacterial free area. Like you're actually kind of really surprised they let you in here without decontaminating you first.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, it can't be that sterile when there's a giant hole blown through the floor. So,
Fair enough.
Well, it's not a hole blown through the floor. It's like a ladder system that you crawl down like in the ducts of like a spaceship. Like, you know, when you're going from deck to deck.
oh, okay. I thought like the hole was from the attack that was downstairs.
No, no, no.
Okay. Um. Okay. Do all of the scientists in this room have access to this other room through the ladder system?
Who would you like to ask?
I guess I'll go back and ask the head wizard, Shien, whatever her name was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll ask her if everybody in this room has access to the ladder system where the attack actually happened.
She goes, only me.
Only you. Hmm. Does the other room have more than one entrance, or is this the only entrance to that room?
It is the only entrance, albeit it is a long journey down. This the section actually extends down 20 feet below this one. It is the lowest place on the ship.
Hmm. What the fuck is Pretty Bird doing?
He's doing his job, what he's born to do.
Eat crackers and annoy people? Is he just going around asking all these wizards to be friends?
Crackers? Friends? Mmm. Yeah, you guys are still in control.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, so she's the only one that's allowed down there. Um, hmm. What kind of vibe am I getting off of her? Like, does she seem like trustworthy?
You want to give me an insight check?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
She seems frazzled at the very least. She seems to be stumbling over her words, but you don't get any sense of deception in her.
Okay.
Like you can kind of like just looking at her, you know she thinks she's in big shit.
Right. Hmm. I don't know. You got any ideas, Kote?
Nothing particularly original.
Try something.
I mean, do I also sense that she's being genuine?
Yeah, but you're also here. You can do other stuff too.
I mean, I'll just start by talking to each person in turn.
And what are you asking them?
If they know anything about what happened and were you a witness, because the woman up front says you were here.
Yep.
Okay, which one are you approaching?
Just the top right there. I'm gonna
This
say, listen,
same
man.
chick?
Yep. Well, we haven't talked to her yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the one that went to the bathroom.
Oh, I thought that was the one at the top.
Pay attention.
I am paying attention. His icon has been next to the one at the top the entire time that
No,
conversation happened.
no, it hasn't.
Well, then mine has, and I was mistaken the two. So when did I move next to her then?
Well, you said you wanted to go talk to her, so I moved her next to you so you can see audibly which one you're talking to.
All right, so I'm gonna. Okay, so have we talked to the one on the top yet?
So the one on the top is the frazzled one. That's who we talked to first.
So that's the chick who thinks she's in trouble that runs
Yeah.
the lab.
And she's the only one with access to the other room.
I thought that was the same woman that went to take a shit for an hour.
No. The one that you're sitting next to was the one that didn't see anybody come and go from the room,
Okay.
but was not in the room an hour before the attack.
All right, so Nikolai moved from the top token to the right token and then back to the top token. All right.
Yes.
I did not see those.
The
movements.
other 5 we haven't even talked to at
Okay,
all.
well then I'm going to talk to this strapping lad here. Oh, it's a chick. From a distance, it looks like a fucking Legolas type.
I know, that's what actually I was thinking too. And then when you zoom in, you're like, huh.
Okay, excuse me, sir. Ma'am. Apologies.
Don't
This
you
lady-
try identifying me.
My
I don't want to talk to this one.
next. No. No. Listen, we need to figure out if anybody witnessed what went on. This woman behind me says that all of you were here the entire time, except for an hour. She went to take a particularly vicious crap, apparently. Or was it 10 minutes? So you said 10 minutes, didn't you? I don't know why I'm making it an hour. Did you see anything?
Says, why do you ask? Did Gina say something? That rabid old dog.
Wow, okay. I don't know who Gina is.
Oh, she knows who she is, and that's the problem. Always interfering with my business.
We'll come back once we find out who Gina is.
Think Gina's the one on the top right? I don't remember what she said her name was.
Excuse me, miss. Oh, you are very beautiful. Do you happen to know who Gina is?
She kind of looks up and she's actually startled that you're there. She didn't even hear your guys' conversation. She's currently trying to work out a way to be able to cure poison with the Echo Lily. And she looks up to you and she's kind of startled and she has like a monocle over her eye to like look at things very closely. Like, it's really cool stuff. And she kind of just looks up to you and she goes, oh, okay, yes, she's over there. And she points to the woman on the bottom right.
Oh,
The old lady.
Why is Braids McGoldie over there so pissed off at her? Do you have any idea? Not to pry into your politics.
Oh, he always thinks that we're out to steal his inventions. He's just...
Oh, it is a he.
It's a dude?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay.
What an attractive man.
Look at that upper lip. Holy fuck. All right.
Yeah.
She just...
the eyebrow. Oh, the eyebrows are plucked. Yeah. Wow, that's a fucking dude. All right. So he is now going to be Ryan Shecrest.
There you go.
She pressed.
All right.
Ouch.
So, all right. So I'm gonna say thank you very much, man. By the way, have you, by happenstance, you witnessed the incident from earlier? Because I'm getting conflicting accounts, and I'm really looking for someone I can trust.
Well, all I can remember is her going to the washroom. And then I remember my timepiece being on the table. And then when I looked back, she'd only been gone for maybe 20 minutes. And then the explosion. That's all I remember. I'm sorry.
Do you think there is any connection between the two? You seem like a smart young lady.
I've worked with these people for years. I don't believe any of them could be an enemy of sorts. And she kind of just looks down and she's just kind of like very kind of sad about what's going on. She feels like she's known these people for like a long, long time and she has personal connections with each of them.
Miss, you must never attribute to malice that which can be explained by stupidity.
She kind of looks at you and she's like, are you calling me stupid?
Well, I wasn't going to, but since you didn't understand that, I'm starting to reconsider. And he's immediately going to walk up back here, and when he gets her attention again, he's going to be like, "Yeah, I was just over there talking to Gina. Total fucking bitch. You were right."
Well, I thought Gina was the old lady.
She is. I know. I wasn't actually talking to Gina.
Okay.
All
So
right.
what does she say?
So
You're right.
say-
Gina's a fucking
oh,
bitch.
Okay, so you're saying Gina was a fucking. You're right. Gina
Yeah.
was a fucking bitch. Okay, so he looks
Absolutely.
over and he's like,
Shouldn't
"Of
doubt
course. Why wouldn't? What evidence would be to the contrary? That evil
I-
old witch stole my plans for the potion that I was creating and then published it in her required works. Just
There's-
simply unfathomable, deceitful little woman."
There's definitely something fishy going on with her. Listen, that incident that happened recently where no one seems to have any idea what happened. I think it was Gina. What do you think?
Oh, I wouldn't put it past me. Just look at her creepy, crafty little eyes, and then you look over and you just see this brittle old woman who's barely moving, trying to mix potions, and you hear her go,
Do you have any evidence?
"Yes, I've tried to take it to Xian. She would not believe a word I said. She dismissed my case and my claims. I brought it up to tribunal, and they've told me to keep quiet and that it was not a solid affair."
He's just gonna stare at her for about 90 seconds without saying anything, and then he's just gonna go, "You can only think about one thing," and then he's gonna go and walk back to Nikolai and just be like, "I don't know what to say to any of these people. They are not something's fucked up here."
All right.
You're
Maybe,
starting more shit than you need to.
I tried to talk to this one on her level, but she is absolutely insane, and you should go nowhere near her. And he points to the woman on the top left.
And
the
I-
man.
The man on the top left, Ryan Seacrest.
All right.
Seacrest.
So,
And
hold
he
on.
points to- Yep.
I would like to take a pause and say hello, Brian, who just joined the chat.
Hey guys.
So-
Hello.
Just need a quick second to use the bathroom. I'll be right there.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the stream there and then restart it. That way anybody we're going to go through like a 5-minute telling him what we just did. Like giving him a heads up on what happened just with like the crafting stuff.
Yep.
And then I'll start up a new stream and then we'll continue playing. All right, guys. So anybody watching on YouTube, make sure to like this, pass it on to a friend. And anybody watching on Twitch, thanks for coming and we'll see you guys in a bit. Meow.